can't help it. I do that whenever I see myself on camera.
Okay, hello everybody. We just wanted to make a video about some news that we have that you probably already know about because we've posted about it on here a couple of times. About a month and a week ago.
Yeah, October 10th.
Yep, October 10th we got married, and yep, yay. We're in Pulaski Square where we did get actually married. And we wanted to tell you guys what it was like from our experience being on the other side of what we do, because it was obviously a little bit different than being, you know, like a third party planning it for somebody else that we don't know.
We did our wedding exactly the way we think all the simple elopement weddings should go, with very, very few things that could even possibly complicate things. Right.
The first thing that we really wanted to talk about is the fact that we had absolutely no guests. And we didn't even tell, I mean, we probably only told about 10 people in total about...
We probably told anybody when it was. We told people, a couple of people that we were going to do it. Some of it just because of necessities and, you know, making changes in paperwork and stuff in our lives. But also we thought it was fair to tell our parents that we were actually engaged.
Right.
However, we didn't tell them where or when, because as lovely as they are, they may have been completely well-meaning and such, and just show up to surprise us.
Right, right, yeah, and we didn't tell any of our local friends about it either. I did tell, you know, being the bride, I did have to tell a couple of my best friends from, well, you know, I told a couple people they don't live here. Both of us have been married before, so they've already been through that with us.
My friends probably would have crashed just to think and think it was funny.
Yeah, his friends could have done that. Mine don't. Most of my, well, my local friends probably wouldn't have crashed, but they were at my other wedding, you know, a while ago. But it was really difficult to not tell anybody. But that was a really, really important thing.
But it's also kind of fun having a secret.
Yeah.
You know, I think, and that's something to think about too. Instead of thinking of it as a burden and, oh my God, I can't tell anybody, be like, I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Right, because when we did tell everybody, it was this huge, you know, reaction, which was really awesome.
And we couldn't wait. I mean, we told people, like, while we're having dinner that night, we sent out some texts and messages and, you know, from a fancy dinner, and that was really nice.
Right, but we did tell our parents first, in both regards, like before, you know, before the wedding, we did say we were going to get married in October. We didn't tell them when or where, so that was sort of a surprise. And then right afterwards,
guess what we did?
Well, right, because his mother lives in town, so we went to see her, and then I called my parents because they don't live here. So that was, you know, that was that. Nobody was upset. It was fine, and that worked out great. That because of that, we got to have exactly the photos that we wanted, because we didn't have anybody telling us what to do or where to be, or, you know, how to stand, or, you know, fussing with our clothes, or
we were in complete control.
Yeah, we were totally complete control.
And that way the day focused on us. The photographer was, you know, someone we liked and trusted, and we knew, you know, that he knew best how to post, and we, of course, we had suggestions. Well,
right, and
well.
actually, it was Mike, and sometimes he photographs weddings for us. So if you had Michael photographing your wedding, he was our wedding photographer as well. I've known him longer than any of the other photographers I work with in town, so he was a natural choice. And he actually didn't even know that it was a real wedding either until it was the day of. We told him we were going to have a commitment ceremony, and then he, of course, was really happy and surprised when we told him to. So there was that. Oh, and the other thing we wanted to talk about was, we know that in emails we're constantly having to field questions and your concerns about the weather, because, you know, basically from about, you know, May until, you know, well, October in this instance, the forecast says it's going to be raining every day. And
it's not going to rain all day every day.
No, it's not going to rain all day every day, but we actually had the added complication of, we actually had a hurricane heading towards us, like the tropical storm that turned into actually passed over Savannah that night. And so, yeah, I mean, as much as we
You
say,
were worried about the rain.
I was worried about it. I was legitimately worried because
It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
But when we tell you to, relax and we know what it's going to do, we on a day that we have weddings scheduled, and there's any chance of rain, we're watching the weather more than hourly. And we're checking the radar. And actually, in terms of being able to predict it hour to hour, the only thing that makes any sense, forget anything you read about what they say is going to happen, the only thing that makes any sense is the radar. And that's what we go by.
The radar and actually just going outside.
Well,
because
yeah.
like the radar was saying, that it was going to do this or that, and then, it did sprinkle for like a couple of seconds, but then it stopped. It was fine. It was totally fine. There was a tropical storm coming right at us, and we were fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, as much as I, say, we both say not to worry.
It's natural to worry.
It is natural.
It's a special
it's
day.
Totally
you want
natural.
it to go perfectly.
You do want it to be. I mean, I would have been devastated if it had totally rained all that day. Yeah, I really would have. It would have been bad, but it didn't, and it usually doesn't. I mean, we've only had a couple of days where anything was kind of like a washout at all. Like even
usually, very seldom do you have a rainy day here. I mean, it happens, of course, but in most cases, especially in the spring and summer, and then obviously early into the fall too, it'll rain for part of the day, and then it'll be like nothing happened. The rain shower will last 15, 20, 30 minutes and then move on. They're usually just passing right over. So even if something does happen for your scheduled time, we can usually work around it and just like, okay, well, we'll meet a half an hour later and everything will be fine.
Right. That was another thing that we were able to do. And obviously, since we were really in control, we didn't schedule any other weddings that day, so we could have moved things, provided that our officiant and our photographer were able to, accommodate that with their own schedules. But basically, I don't want to keep rambling on about anything or make this video really long. But we just wanted to say, like, yeah, we got married. We did what you guys are doing. We know that there are, all of the extra costs of having to. Well, I had to buy a dress. We bought rings. I had my flowers. And then, our main focus and what we really wanted to kind of drill home is the guest thing. Because we have changed our policies on that a little bit, actually in part because of our wedding.
Right, and we're not doing it. We have, frankly, to be honest, we've raised the prices on our guest fees when it goes over the allotment for the package. And I want to say, it's the easiest way to say it right here, instead of we can put it in writing all we want. We're not trying to make more money. In fact, we would rather not make any money on guest fees. We're doing it to try to make it a little bit prohibitive, and so you can tell your friends, like, no, they're going to charge me more if I have people show up. And it's not because we don't want you to be there with your friends. It's we want you to have the intimate, special experience that we can give you when we can focus on you, and especially during the photography part of the process.
Right, and we want it to be about you. And like a lot of times, people who do have several guests, they're stressed out. And we've both been stressed out at prior weddings that we have had for ourselves. And I don't ever want to, well, hopefully I'm not going to do that again.
We're not doing that again.
We're not doing that again. But
maybe a renewal session.
It's just not. It's not worth. It should be. It was about us. And that's what we wanted to be.
We didn't have to worry about our friends having a good time and what our friends are doing if they're bored while we're getting our picture taken. What we're going to, and stressing out about going out to dinner with all of our friends afterwards.
Or them getting there on time or where they are.
That's a big one. Actually, that's really a big one, especially in some of the locations out on the beach or at Bonaventure. Everybody's, timing is crucial.
Really anywhere. And we just didn't have to worry about anybody except for us. And that's what it should be about. And that's what we strive to do, and we want to focus on you the most, because the day is yours, and you only get that one time, and we want that to be about you because we know how awesome it is.
It was perfect. It really was. It was absolutely perfect the way it happened and the way it worked out.
So that being said, I want to end this video, but we want to know if you guys have any questions about that, so please leave them in the comments below. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel so that we can get our own URL. Also,
share it around. Any friends you have who are thinking about getting married, anything like that. And some of the couples we've worked with before can tell you we are extremely responsive to email messages.
Yes.
We don't like to let anything sit there. We try to answer anything within the hour if at all possible. Usually I'm up really late, so you know, if you send an email at 2 in the morning, I might just be up to answer it. So just please don't hesitate to ask us about anything we can help with.
Right, and yes, like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we're going to try to be putting up some more stuff. Like us on Facebook, Instagram. We're putting up some new stuff. We've got a new package coming up that's going to be kind of fun. And yeah, that's just basically what we wanted to say, that we did it, and you can do it too, and it can be totally about you and awesome, and it can be all about you, and it can be done your way. You don't have to listen to anybody else's opinions. So, all right.
I think that's it.
That's it.
That's it for now.
Okay.
Again, see you around.
Yep. See you
Bye.
soon.